Well, hello. You're here because you know how important your health and fitness are to becoming the man or woman you want to be. You're not here to learn what to eat or how to train. You've already identified some habits that work for you. Your problem is that you're not consistent. So let's talk about that. Often, when we're not consistent with our habits, it's because we don't have a clear picture in our minds of where we want those habits to take us. That is, we haven't identified specific goals. The goal setting strategy that I'm going to outline, I actually got from a podcast. It's called the I'm Not You podcast, put on by a dude named Olaniyi Sabomahene. He's a former NFL fullback, and he's a beast when it comes to mindset. You might give it a listen. I really enjoy it. So he has a system called GPS. It's Goal, Purpose, Strategy. In this video, we're going to talk about the first part, goal. That is, what is the outcome that you're looking for in terms of your health and fitness? Now, I'm going to veer away from his specific GPS strategy here and instead share with you 3 questions that I like to consider when identifying my own goals, when it is specifically health and fitness goals. There are 3 questions. 1, how do I want to look? 2, how do I want to feel? 3, how do I want to perform? So when I take a step back and picture in my head what outcomes I'm looking for with my training and my nutrition, I like to file them into those 3 buckets. I want to look, fill in the blank. I want to feel, fill in the blank. And then as far as performance, this is where you would say, I want to, and then fill in the blank there. Maybe it's a certain running achievement, running a mile in a certain time, or winning a certain 5K, or, not necessarily winning, but, maybe winning. That's totally up to you. I was about to go way off track there. Anyhow, the purpose here is to think about these 3 different areas. Now, pursuing goals in any one of those areas certainly could produce progress in one of the other 2 areas, or both. For example, pursuing performance gains can just as easily lead to us feeling healthier, feeling stronger, feeling more energetic, and looking better. Pursuing goals in each one of these buckets doesn't necessarily prevent you from seeing progress in the other 2. The idea here, though, is to outline specific outcomes that you're looking for in each bucket. And you might not care how you look, or you might not care how you feel, or you might not care how you perform. For instance, you might only have aesthetic goals, or you might only have goals in terms of how you feel. You don't care how you perform, and you don't care how you look. You just want to feel good. Likewise, you might solely have performance goals and be willing to sacrifice how you look and how you feel in order to achieve certain performances. That's totally cool. These are your goals. Choose them how you'd like. A few things I'd also like you to consider are be specific with your goals. That is, in terms of how you want to look. Sometimes we just say we want to look fit, or we want to look healthy. Try to break that down and define it a little bit better. Maybe you'd like to lose a little bit of excess fat, Or maybe you'd like to gain some muscle. Now, how specific you want to get with those is totally up to you. Just keep in mind that quantifying fitness goals sometimes paints us into a corner because we all have circumstances and we're all different, and what we set out to achieve might not end up being quite what we thought it was. So if you say you want to lose 5 pounds, well, what does that mean if you lose 3 and look great? Or either way. Get specific in terms of ideas, but don't necessarily marry yourself to quantities in terms of aesthetic goals. As far as how you want to feel, again, saying I want to feel healthy. Well, what does that mean? I would like to have energy in the morning, or I would like to not crash in the afternoon after lunch. Get specific with how you want to feel. Then, in terms of performance, quantify what you want to achieve. For example, well, I'd like to achieve a double body weight deadlift, or a triple body weight deadlift, or hell, just a body weight deadlift. I don't know. It all depends on where you're going to start. Don't be afraid to dream with any of these either. Set your goals high. Even if you don't attain them, the idea of having something to work towards and enjoying the process of working towards those goals, that's a lot of fun. I can't tell you how many goals I've set that I didn't achieve, but I had a hell of a fun time chasing them. That's totally cool. And we'll talk about that in another video. But for now, what I want you to do is think about how do I want to look, how do I want to feel, and how do I want to perform. Break your goals into those buckets, be specific, and find something that really excites you. That's a huge key. In the next video, we'll talk about the second part of the GPS strategy, purpose. Have a great day.